Welcome to Amigurumi Basics Part 1. I'm Jody from Made by Jody 666. Today we're starting at the beginning. So yarn, hook, and the most basic of stitches. So grab your yarn, grab your hook. Let's get started. First thing we want to talk about is yarn. So many different kinds of yarn. It can be a little overwhelming. If you happen to have any yarn, that is the best kind of yarn. Yarn that you already own. That's a favorite of mine. Other than that, acrylic is usually my go-to, mainly because it's generally doesn't cause allergies. It's fairly inexpensive for the most part, and it's sturdy. It holds up very, very well. So for toys and plushies, that kind of thing, that's my go-to, but always a matter of preference. For the size, I usually stick with a worsted weight, which is about a size 4, but any size of yarn can make any plushie. As long as you adjust your hook to the yarn, you'll be all right. If you are lucky enough to see this little tail that's sticking out of the center of the yarn, this is the center pull. You want to do that, you want to pull it. If you're lucky, it's just going to come on out, everything's going to cooperate. If you're unlucky, you're going to get some yarn barf, which really you're going to use it up in a couple of minutes anyway, but it's so nice when it's not yarn barfy and it just comes out and it's lovely. Hopefully that happens for you too. Next up, we'll talk about the hook. Again, complete matter of preference. There's a lot of different materials, so I usually stick to metal mainly because it's sturdier. I don't break hooks very often, if ever. I do like this little rubbery grip thing on them. Worn through a lot of those, but that's fine. Some people prefer the ergonomic or wooden or bamboo, whatever you like or whatever you got. Absolutely fine. Generally, I stick to a 3.5 millimeter for the size of my hook. As long as your hook and your yarn are appropriately matched, you'll be all right. General rule of thumb, if the yarn label is calling for a specific sized hook, which they always will, you want to go down at least 1 hook size, maybe 2. Just to get a nice tight stitch with your amigurumi. It's the first stitch we all start with, the chain stitch. You want to start by holding the tail of your yarn in your left hand. Wrap the working yarn, which is the other end of it, not the tail, around 2 or 3 fingers. The part where the tail and the working yarn cross, just pinch that with your fingers, hold it secure. Insert your hook up under the first strand of yarn, grab the second one, hook it with the hook, great name, and then pull it through. I like to hold the yarn on the hook with my forefinger just to hold it secure, and then grab both the ends of yarn and pull them tight. This will secure your slip stitch. Now that we've got the yarn on the hook, we're going to do a chain stitch. You want to hold the working yarn in your left hand. You want to loop the hook under the yarn, grab the yarn with the hook, and then pull it through the loop. And repeat. It does help to twist the hook a little bit as you're coming towards the loop, just to make it fit through a little bit better. This will take practice. If you're new to crochet, keep going. Everybody starts with lumpy chain stitches, and it does get better. It will absolutely get better. And that was Amigurumi Basics Part 1. The yarn, the hook, the chain stitch. Thanks for joining. My name's Jody from Made by Jody 666. Hope you have a great day. Happy hooking!